Hey guys, in this video, I wanted to show you how I display my PSA graded cards. Typically, I put them on a stand, but I thought having them in a frame would look nicer and take up less space. I've seen some of these online, but they were a bit on the pricey side considering it should cost no more than $20. For this project, you'll need a couple of things, a picture frame obviously, and some foam board. The picture frame I'm using is from IKEA. It's the Ribba frame that is 50 by 23 centimeters or roughly 20 by 9 inches. They come in white or black and in various sizes as well. You don't need this exact frame, but IKEA is where I usually go to get my frames just because it's nearby. Their prices are pretty good, and if I ever need to buy another one so that they match, I know exactly where to get it in the future. I also bought this frame because it can accept thicker items. It originally had a thick border mat for photos, and I knew if I took it out, I could probably fit some foam board in there. And the whole purpose of the foam board is just to keep the PSA cards from sliding around while it's in the frame. This frame is also made out of acrylic, so it's not glass, so it's a lot lighter. The foam board you can buy from any craft store like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I actually picked this up from the dollar store. And in terms of tools, you'll need a sharp knife and a ruler if you want to have straight cuts. To start, if you're using the exact same IKEA Ribba frame as shown in this video, then here are the measurements. I made the cutout for each card slightly bigger at 8.5 by 13.5 centimeters. That's a little bit bigger than a PSA case, but it allows you to have like an outer sleeve if you want more protection, and it also makes it more universal. If you have BGS or other slabs, the size will be slightly different, so measure accordingly. However, they should fit BGS cases without any issues since they are slightly smaller in dimensions when compared to PSA. The foam board I have is actually quite large, so I had to cut it to a smaller size. So I cut it to about 50 by 22.5 centimeters, which is roughly the shape of the frame. And you can use the frame backing as a guide if you don't have a ruler. Then what you want to do is just test fit it into the frame to make sure that it fits. And this is where you can now lay out your cards. This particular frame can accommodate 4 PSA cards with breathing room. You can probably fit 5 if you leave less space between each card. So what I usually do is I just use a pencil and mark off all the areas I want to remove, and then I carefully cut out the openings with a sharp knife to prevent tearing. Be patient and score the foam board to cut through the top layer of paper first, and then do another pass to cut completely through the foam. This will just make it a lot cleaner, and as always, just be careful with sharp objects because you can cut yourself. The next thing you want to do is just test fit the cards to make sure that they fit. And finally, you can put the frame together. So the clear acrylic sheet that's in the front, they will have some sort of protective like a sticker on top of it. So you want to make sure you peel it off on both sides. So here is the finished frame with some of my favorite Charizard cards. I think it turned out well. I plan to make one for my hockey, baseball, and Magic cards. With this setup, when you get bored, you can easily swap out the cards just to change it up a bit. So this method can be used to make smaller frames if you only want to display a couple of graded cards, or a larger frame to show off more. You're only really limited by the size of the foam board and the picture frame. I've seen comparable display frames online for over $50, so being able to make one for about $11 is great. Having your cards framed makes them easier to display because I'm pretty sure everyone's got an empty wall somewhere in their home. It also allows others to view them without touching them. Anyways, that's how I display my PSA graded cards. Comment, like, share, or subscribe. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.